The Chronicles of Dinky Donkey. Chapter 1. Once there was a little donkey. In fact, he was very little. He was much smaller than all the other animals. He was so small, he was considered to be dinky, and thus he became known as Dinky Donkey. But despite his dinky stature, in Dinky Donkey's own mind, he was big. He had a big heart. He loved everyone. He had a big spirit. He gave towards everyone. And he had big dreams. So though he was dinky in size, it never got him down, not at all. He believed that he was born for something big. Yes, deep down in his heart, he believed. No, he knew that one day he was going to do something that was very big. Chapter 2. One night Dinky Donkey had a dream. In his dream, a great big golden lion came to him. Dinky Donkey said the great big golden lion, "I am the golden lion. I am king of all and watch over all. I have seen you. I have watched you. I see your heart and I know you. You believe that you are born for something big. Something very big." "Oh yes," said Dinky Donkey. "You do see me. You do know me. I know that I was born for something very big. I do not yet know what it is, but I know that it is. I know that it will come to pass when it is meant to come to pass. And I will know what it is when it finally is, when it finally comes to pass." The golden lion said to Dinky Donkey, "Because you believe and do not doubt that you will do something very big, I charge you with this, Dinky Donkey. You will do something very, very big. Mark my word. Hold me to it. One day you will play the most important role there is in the most important story there is." And then big golden lion faded away. And Dinky Donkey woke up from his dream, happy, excited, and feeling even bigger than before. "I was born to do big things. I was born to do something very, very big." Chapter 3. The next day Dinky Donkey was walking along the road when he heard a strange noise coming from around the bend. He stopped and listened. "I hear voices crying out," he said to himself. He heard low voices, he heard mid voices, he heard high voices. And all the voices seemed to say the same thing. "We're waiting for the sun, we're waiting for the suns." He could not guess what sort of creature would say such a thing, so Dinky Donkey rounded the bend to see. To Dinky Donkey's surprise, it was the rocks that were crying out. The rocks cried out, "We're waiting for the sun, we're waiting for the suns." "What are you doing? Why are you crying out?" asked Dinky Donkey. "We're waiting for the sun, we're waiting for the suns." "Who is the sun? Who are the suns?" "We are waiting for all the suns," said one rock. "And we are waiting for the first sun," said another rock. All the rocks cried out, "We wait and cry until the first sun appears. And we will wait and cry until all the suns appear." "Who is the first sun?" asked Dinky Donkey, now very curious. "He is the son of the golden lion," cried the rocks. "Oh," exclaimed Dinky Donkey, "I have met the golden lion in a dream. The golden lion watches over everything. He will certainly hear your cries. He will make sure that the first sun appears." And Dinky Donkey continued on his way, humming to himself, "We're waiting for the sun, we're waiting for the suns." He knew he was born for big things. He knew he was born for very, very, very big things. Chapter 4. The next day, Dinky Donkey looked around at the big lovely world around him. He looked at the big plants. He looked at the big trees. He looked at the big flowers. He looked at the big animals. Everything was so big. He loved them all. He may have been Dinky, but he knew he was just as big as them. He thought about the golden lion coming to him in a dream. Dinky Donkey's heart was so full of love and thankfulness towards the golden lion for believing Dinky Donkey's dream that he began to sing to himself a little song. We love you, we need you, we want you, we wrap our loving arms around you. Dinky Donkey sang this over and over again, blessing everyone everywhere he went with his song. Dinky Donkey added shooby-dooby-doo and sang that over and over again as he went on his way, going about his day, making the world a better place with his sweet little song. He knew he was born for big things. He knew he was born for very, 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 very big things. Chapter 5. The next day, Dinky Donkey remembered the rocks crying out and their song. He remembered the big lovely world around him and his song for the world. And he remembered the golden lion saying how he was king of all and watched over all. Then he started to think about the golden lion's son. His heart grew bigger and warmer as he thought about the golden lion's son. And he suddenly found himself singing again. You love us, you lead us, you want us, you wrap your loving arms around us. Dinky Donkey sang this over and over again, blessing everyone everywhere he went with his song. And Dinky Donkey added shooby-dooby-doo and sang that over and over again as he went on his way, going about his day, making the world a better place with his sweet little song. But then Dinky Donkey stopped in his tracks. His heart felt even bigger. He wasn't sure how, he wasn't sure why, but suddenly he just knew there was something about the golden lion's son. Dinky Donkey knew he was born for something big. And now he just knew that he was about to do something very, 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 very big. And he knew he had to hurry to Jerusalem. Yeah, he had to hurry. Chapter 6. The next day, Dinky Donkey arrived in Jerusalem. It was a long walk. He was tired, he was thirsty, he was hungry, and he felt sleepy. There were so many big buildings and big trees and big animals and big crowds of big people. And he suddenly felt very, 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 very dinky. He felt dinkier than he had ever felt before. He thought that perhaps he would start to cry, when suddenly, from above him, he felt warmth on his face. He felt heat. He felt closeness and hot breath. He felt the presence of the golden lion. Dinky Donkey looked up, and there was the golden lion beaming at him with big joy, big warmth, and big love. Dinky Donkey could not help but to smile back at the golden lion. Golden Lion said to Dinky Donkey, "You are not dinky at all. You are big. You are very big. You are the most important donkey in the whole world, because you believe that you were born for big things. Very, 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 very big things. Today, Dinky Donkey, would you give my son a ride through the big streets of the big city of Jerusalem? Would you carry him past the big trees, past the big animals, through the big crowds of big people, all the way to the big temple? Dinky Donkey shed a single tear of joy. Everything that was Dinky within him vanished. He was big. He was very big. He was very, 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 very big. He would carry the son of the golden line through the cheering crowd. He thought of the rocks, and the flowers, and the trees, and the animals, and the people, and the everything shouting out all together now. Ah! The first sun had now appeared. Now all the suns could appear. Yes, he was born for big things. Today he would do a very, 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 very big thing. The end.